A lot of people will tell you the definition of insanity is doing something the exact same way and expecting different outcomes. That works with a lot of chess pieces that are out on the market. For the last 20, 30, 40 years, all weighted chess sets are originally made as an unweighted piece, like this. If you look, standard unweighted piece, what they do is they leave a hole in the bottom in case you want to weight it. If you want to weight it, take a weight, jam it in there with some super glue, put the felt over, and then you got a weighted set, right? Couple problems. The super glue that they use, or the epoxy or whatever they're using in China at the moment, always ends up drying out. And what happens is after it dries out, it becomes brittle. And then when you're banging it on the table, when you're playing, especially if you're playing blitz games, it's going to cause the weight to loosen up and come out. As soon as it loosens up and comes out, you usually buy another set. Now, if you go with a nicer set, like this is the Big Knight set, the Queen from the Big Knight set. If you look, same thing. They make the piece, they want to weight it, they jam a weight in there with some glue. You notice the extra glue around the bottom. The weights always end up coming out. It's a nicer piece, way better finish, but you're still going to get the same end result. You're still going to end up getting weight in your hand. Now, to combat that, we came out with the Ultimates. We had the Ultimates version 1, which were put out by Dwayne Barber and Jay Blem. They did a wonderful job. It was a triple weighted set, and they did something different than anybody else on the market. What they did, I'm going to use our prototype. You can tell the prototype by the translucent plastic. Is what they did is, if you look on the bottom, there was a plastic plate glued under the weight. So what would happen is we'd take the weight, put in there, super glue it, and then we'd take the plate, stick it in the bottom, glue it down, and then you had a nice flat surface. So even if the weights came loose, they wouldn't come out because the plastic plate was glued there. It was pretty good. All the way up to the version 2, which was in butter yellow, we did the exact same thing. That's why when you shook them, you'd hear a rattle sometimes after using them for a while. That was the weight coming loose, but not coming out because of the plastic shield on the bottom. Now, what we did with the version 3, Ultimate version 3, this is the one of the rooks, you can tell it's a version 3 by the color. It's appliance white. What we did is we totally went through how everything was manufactured, and we found a different manufacturing method. The weight is actually incorporated into the piece. There's no glue, there's no extra space. And when there's no glue and no extra space, the weight can't come out. I mean, even if I go and peel this off, you'll notice the weight's right here. But the weight can't come out because of our proprietary weighting method. Can't tell you what we did, but let's just say that I've had people play thousands and thousands of games with the Ultimate version 3, and not a single person has gotten back to me with a loose weight or missing weight problem. What we want to do here is we want to give you something that is so much better than everything else. You're not replacing it every couple years because everything's gone the way of a consumable. It used to be you'd buy chess equipment and you'd be using the same equipment 15, 20 years. Now, if you get a set like this that's weighted, the weights start falling out after 6 months. If you get a set like this, the weights start falling out, if you treat it right, after 2 years. Even the Ultimates, even the yellow Ultimates, the weights wouldn't come out, but you'd start getting rattlers after a couple months. You're not going to have that problem with the version 3 Ultimates. Check them out. I know you're going to love them. They got a great feel to them. They weigh in at 3.85 pounds now. And it's the best plastic set on the market. This is Shelby Lorman from American Chess Equipment and Wood Expressions, and I'll see you soon.